Another active Monday open mat as usual. Very excited to see what we got. Oh yeah, Caleb calls me out immediately. Dry, hungry. He's all strong now because he's working out. What's going on, baby? How you doing, Jordan? Tries to kick my leg out from underneath me. He's got me flanked. Not in a great spot here. It's all the way on the outside of my arm. Kind of in a Russian tie position. What's up, Emery? Luke calling out Jordan. How did I get Caleb down there? Because I went from that Russian. I guess I slipped my arm. Oh, he goes down on a single. Okay. So now I can kind of control his posture a little bit. And then throw a little Uchimata into it. Put his ass down. What's up, Coop? And we got Devin and Mike over there. Devin with a knee cut pass. But Mike quickly getting that bottom knee back in. Nice step around from Devin. Trying to control those knees. See how Devin's trying to make Mike's knees point in this direction. As soon as they do, he can settle into the pass. And Mike looks like he's trying to come up on some over back grip, octopus guard stuff. Like we're Caleb can speak for himself. I thought it was a leg on the outside. No. You were thinking Haragoshi. But no, it was just up the middle. What's up, Baker? Going around with a back step, which Caleb was fully anticipating. I think I'd tried it once before. I really hate how ineffective those have become on you. Like you're kind of ready. I feel like you defend the inside heel hook pretty well, Caleb. And Luke on a very uncomfortable not triangle because there's no arm in, but Jordan's not going anywhere anytime soon. He finishes it with a head scissor. Oh, all right, so for anybody who had questions about that Kimura trap, which is that was the move that Luke taught that class, where he gets the Kimura from bottom position and swings his legs around. So there he gets his legs free. So coming out of this from half guard. Now, notice Luke loves to invert, and I think Luke inverts in this position more than anybody else I know. I normally just try to like go for the back, but Luke really does a killer job inverting and like immediately attacking the armbar, and in this case, the head scissor. Hit one on Emery later. Let's try crush his throat. Or I did. Yes, you did. There is video evidence. That looks uncomfortable, Jordan. I wouldn't want to be there. I know that that's not a strangle, but that's definitely a chiropractic adjustment. So once he gets him down, Luke can either attack the arm because Jordan is defending here. He could switch to the head scissor, which he does, to try to finish that. He can attack a wrist lock. He can attack a Kimura. Lot one can do in that position. Mike has made his way to north-south. Devin trying to... So, what Devin's doing isn't necessarily a bad idea under different circumstances. He's swinging his legs a little too late in the game here. So, Mike has already started to set in the strangle. And what Mike needs to do to really get to the finishing point of the strangle is kind of like get his... Mike has to get his own armpit under Devin's chin, which means sliding down in this direction. Or it means Devin can move in this direction, which that's what Devin is actually doing here. He's kind of wedging himself into this position a bit more, where you'd want to, where you would see somebody maybe trying to use this like leg pendulum is if they had frames inside, so forearms between his chest and Mike's chest, and then trying to create space, distance himself, and then like get the legs in. Right now he's a little too late on it, and he's kind of just helping Mike settle into that strangle. I mean, there is no audio on this this footage, so Caleb, he may have actually done just that. What's up, Michael? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Where you at? Let me get on the chat. We're going to bring Michael Peters in. You there? Say something.
Test.
We can hear you now. Let me get your screen up. Oh, hold on 1 second.
It says I'm sending at a low frame rate. What?
And we're almost there.
I call an audible.
There. I didn't set this up ahead of time, so now it's
all good.
There we go. You're kind of big. Let me share my screen. That should fix it. There we go.
Hey,
Can everybody hear him?
What up?
Low budget. Same low budget. There's my production team is me. That's why. So I guess that is low budget.
We need more subs. That's why.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, and coffee.
Skates. And what?
What is it? Coffee? The coffee.
coffee.com/MOBJJ. That I never promote anymore. Leave a tip. Buy us a coffee. Let's see. Luke finishing out in Mount. Looks like Devin, you finished that north-south. Devin goes to standing. Devin had a nice knee cut pass on you earlier. I know you're not exactly defending your guard passes to the highest level right now just because of your foot.
Yeah.
That seemed like a pass that's working well for him.
It was good. For sure.
Did I do anything to Caleb? Did I get that tap? Yeah, I guess on the turn I ended up sinking in the heel. Cool.
There it is.
Cool. Sorry, let's get to the beginning here. Hire an intern. Subscribe. You especially, Caleb.
Yeah, right.
All right, Austin and Emre. So here I tried that CD Katagatame on Luke.
That's right. You were talking about that.
Did Emre pull? Oh, okay. Wait, did Austin get an ankle pick out of that? Yes, he did, and a nice one too. Let's check out this ankle pick from Austin. So with the collar tie, he sees Emre's leading with that foot. It's well within reach of Austin's scarecrow-like body. Those long, gangly arms reach out. Beautiful ankle pick.
Yeah, notice that his head didn't leave his hand very much at all, right? He dropped his entire body weight down on that hand instead of leaving it behind.
Yep.
Right?
Every inch the head goes down, the elbow drops with it. Was that we went over that move on Tuesday. Luke went over a different takedown. But yeah, Bertram went over ankle pick last night. So you see I'm beside the arm, like I feel good about it. But like I think Luke's just kind of stacking into me, and I couldn't quite get the angle I wanted.
Yeah, you really have to like exaggerate that. You almost need to get like your right hip like past the shoulder.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he tried to.
But he would be tough to catch that on anyway, you know?
Yeah. Deathcore drops in every once in a while.
Nice.
You're not going to get any gift subs like that, Caleb. Jordan with Ethan over here. Looks like Jordan, just kind of whips Ethan down. Then we got Joe dealing with Carlos. Carlos is wrestling. And then you and Andrew. And Austin.
Andrew was playing nice with me.
Austin's on a really nice triangle here.
Yep. Yeah, it looks deep.
Throwing a little extra squeeze with the arms for the finish. Just want to see how we got this set up. So Emery comes up, and if Austin can get Emery's left hand to the mat, it's probably going to help. I don't know if he gets it to the mat, but he's quick enough. I bet Emery's like posting on the hip maybe.
Yeah.
So he just swings the leg around. And then notice how Austin immediately locks up the arm. He goes for Emery's right arm so that he can't hide it. So right there, as soon as he gets to the legs, you see him reach across, grab the elbow so that Emery can't bring his hand back and try to stuff the arm to keep safe. He's working his way to the angle. Yeah, Carlos wrestled, I think, from 6th grade onward. And it's been a few years, since, obviously since he's out of school, but he is good.
What I really like about the passing that you're doing and fending off the attacks from Luke is you're keeping his legs below your knee line, right? Like, so he's playing that false reposition. He's trying to, obviously he does that wrestle up right there, but what I really like about you're denying him any sort of leg entries, but like, just look at how you're addressing the legs. Mm-hmm. And anybody who's like uncomfortable being in the guard because they're going against the leg locker or, whatever, like this is a great way to approach passing or, kind of getting into the a passing position on a leg locker is like keeping their legs at bay, whether it's, keep them on one side of your body or another, but just generally getting their legs below your knee line.
Yep. Yeah, I'm putting everything into it there. That's
yep.
I think that's something that actually clicked for Caleb as well.
Yeah.
In the last like 6 months or so, or maybe since he got his purple belt or something, but like playing some of those like seated or supine leg entrances, he doesn't really let you play that anymore. It is as simple as Mike is saying, as stuffing their knee down below your knee line. That's it. And that's really, it can be really difficult to secure a pass from there. Or, I'm sorry, secure a takedown, a leg entry, whatever.
Yep. That was really a good wrestle up that he did there. He kind of, I don't know, people are calling it like mermaid guard, right? Like when you
what? Who the hell's calling it that?
Dude, it's crazy. Like kind of like a low, the low closed guard
around the legs.
Yes. I've been seeing it at least on Instagram called the mermaid guard. Because it makes the person, you've got the two legs posted together or connected together. You can't really do anything.
Yeah.
But dude, it seems to be working pretty well.
Yeah. I'm not gonna call it that, but it works.
Merman.
And Austin, I wanted to point out, had a really nice regard, I think. Maybe that was coming up. Austin's on a body fold there. Double unders, just about gets behind. Negative. I will not. I don't think Luke will either. Something tells me Luke's not going to use that.
I'm gonna coin it as mermaid guard and get everybody to tell him that he uses mermaid guard.
Luke's been teaching this since I was a blue belt. He always called it mermaid guard. I don't know.
That and the lemur pass and or whatever. What was the eagle's perch?
Yeah.
Back take?
The eagle perch, the screaming eagle. You're on a nice arm triangle here. Not even getting your leg free. You're just kind of riding it out, switching to the rear naked choke grip. Looks like you're trusting the strangle.
So I checked in with Andrew here because
You're like,
I felt like I was going to start cranking against the neck, and he said that he was okay. So I put on some more pressure because it was like side on. It was almost like that rear katagatame
yeah.
look, that kind of thing. I checked in with him. I was like, is your neck okay? He was like, yeah, I don't feel anything. And I was like, all right, bet. And so and then I asked him afterward. He's like, yeah, it was totally a crank. I was like, damn, I can't get that side on to not be a crank.
I mean, yeah, it was definitely the angle. Austin getting himself out of that guillotine, getting over to the side.
Emery doing a good job of not allowing the arm triangle, which I don't know if Austin was gonna set it up or not, but he definitely had the makings of it here.
Right.
After he stripped that arm. Right there.
Yeah, he's
he's
smart, trying to keep that elbow to the mat, trying to like backstroke and swim down underneath the head.
Yep. Austin changing direction and going straight into the legs.
I was pretty thrilled to fight off Luke's back attacks here.
Yeah. It's not. Oh, he goes in for the rear katagatame here.
He does, which I was fine with. I was like, please,
you were good.
Waste your energy on that.
Yeah, they're tough to finish, dude. I don't know how Nicky Ryan does it. Like, there's something I'm missing with it.
Well, like I think what Luke is kind of screwing himself here with is the leg connection. Like, you can abandon your leg connection basically. Like it's called a rear katagatame, but like the way I've seen it taught and demonstrated, like you're not fully in that back to back, spines aligned sort of position. You are very much off to the side. Your camera just changed. But you kind of get around to the side. So if Luke has, I mean, he's not a terrible spot because he has this hook out, so he can like rotate around me a little bit more to the right side, to the correct side, I should say. But I think maybe like he's just not getting around far enough because he's keeping that leg hip connection too much. I don't know. Kind of hypothesizing, but
yeah,
it was whatever. It was like, cool, I'm out. He gave up. Sure, I'm probably super down on points, but I am super up on not getting tapped.
Ooh. No, I like that. Oh, that would have been nice. I think if you followed that up, you could have gotten potentially a sweep out of that, or he probably would have had to wrestle back up on it.
Yeah, I should have just tried to switch it to the legs off the omoplata. Over under sweep from Austin on Emre. Just trying to move my arm to the other side of my head. Okay.
Oh, is that Emery?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you did a good job there. That was you recognized the threat and you did the right thing, so that was awesome.
And Dylan. I'm excited for Dylan's next competition.
Yes. Yeah, he's definitely putting in the work.
And Ethan. I'm genuinely
Both
excited to see Ethan get out there.
Yep. That was a nice double. That was a kind of like a blast. It was a blast double right up the middle, tapping the knees on the way through.
Oh yeah. I forgot I did that. I don't really ever do blast doubles. But I was like, Dylan's about my size, so I'm not worried about my neck. It's always the bigger guys. I feel like I jam my neck up.
What's up, Dylan?
Yeah, man. Just like the amount of progress you've made between your first comp and this one is significant. So I'm excited.
Big push. Oh, you got out of the armbar. That was nice.
Dylan did?
Yeah.
Did I have him in one? Yeah. Kind of cranking down on his head there.
stacks. He rotates around, gets his arm free.
The De La Riva spin to the back. I believe that, Jordan. I wholeheartedly believe that that's all you do. It works for you though. Sorry, looking at Bin here.
And the second foot in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
hard to do.
That it like Jordan's down, which makes it even harder. Like if you're trying to like do a Berimbolo kind of thing.
Yeah.
Who's Caleb going with? Oh, Devin. Okay. Man, I've said it before, and I felt it Monday as well. Like when Devin stands in front of me, kind of nervous. Like he's quick and powerful.
Yeah, Monday was the first time I trained with him in a long time. He felt like he was getting more crisp, right? Like it wasn't as much just kind of wondering what to do, but he was intentional about his movements.
Yeah.
So
very much so.
You pair that with strength, and you've got a force, a force to reckon with.
Yeah. I also have to compliment him. He drills the way I drill, and the way I like to see people drill, which is shutting up and drilling.
Just drilling.
Yeah. Like he gets his money's worth out of his class. He does the moves well. He takes the criticism and fixes everything quickly. He trains with serious intention.
Kimura back take from you on Dylan. That was what we went over that day in class.
Yes. Pointed that out. I forgot. Oh, Luke did it before too, right? So there, my legs are free. I have the Kimura all the way around. And like I said, Luke really loves to invert. He inverts right about here. Like he'll get to here and then like just get up on his shoulders, come this way. I go all the way around. I try to sneak that knee under the ribs. Here I'm a little high on Dylan, so this leg isn't going to work really well as a hook, but it can go over the shoulder. It can work across the body too, but I think
you can switch into an armbar if you want to.
Right.
Totally up to you.
And then Dylan, like I said, I was teasing you here, man, but like I hope you could see, like, don't roll to your back, like, to your stomach when I'm on your back. It's just bad news from there. I've said it before, I won't do it to you guys. It's just a spine lock. Like at this point, I don't even need to get under your neck. I just need to get an arm across your face, and I can pull your body up, and it sucks. And I don't want that happening to you in competition.
Andrew taking a page out of your book with Austin's leg attacks in the top corner there, or the top right. He's heisting the legs up above, but then when he starts getting control of it, you'll see that he's starting to push Austin's legs down to try and get his knee line clear. So his arm is getting trapped because Austin's using good gripping. But then he starts pushing and focusing on the legs. When he's not getting what he wants, he's backing out and then going back in when he feels more comfortable.
Got Bin and mount. Sweep or a little scissor sweep. Very nice.
Yeah, I couldn't tell whether it was a sweep or whether he was sitting in for a leg.
So
Jordan was sitting in for a leg.
He's got Bin's got foot in the hip or shin on the hip, and then he sneaks this foot out and then goes immediately on the scissor.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Pretty
cool.
Classic jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good, Ben. He had wrist control too, so like Jordan couldn't base out to the side he was falling on. Now settling in the mount. Got it. Okay. Nice, Caleb. Thought you were gonna try to hit a Haragoshi, but you didn't need to. Andrew putting on some serious pressure from mount. He's got his leg trapped. Austin's got his arms up above his head, though. So he's in a little bit of trouble for the Katagatame. Maybe even a transition to S-mount if Andrew can retain both of those arms. Austin looking bendy, though. Not tapping on that Americana. That's funny. That's funnier. Just making Jordan shut up. Okay, Devin and Caleb getting a little close to the edge. And you working your shoulder crunch to the opposite side.
Yep. Yeah, I pushed on Chris's head there to get him to roll over. It wound up working out.
Dylan and I in this dogfight, chin strap, 50-50 here. All 10 of them, or just certain ones? Because I feel like if you're gonna make that statement, you've got to taste at least like 6 of them, you know. Been looking for a double, cutting Ethan around the corner. Overhead snap Andrew into the wall. Not replaying this because it looks like I'm being mean to him, but like I know that this will work when the head is way out in front of the feet. So you can see Andrew's really hinged over forward. His feet are back a little bit. That's when I know I could send somebody forward pretty effectively. And then just we look at each other and laugh. Because I still haven't made it automatic to just chase down the legs from there. I really, really need to. My wrestling will be good one day. I'll probably just be like 50. And broken, unable to wrestle.
You'll be one of the old guys that just show up and then out wrestles all the young ones.
Yeah.
Like in the old Russian video, or like the old Russians that are, or Dagestanis.
Yep.
That are on YouTube and Instagram.
But really, all the young guys will just be falling out of respect for me and be like, "Oh wow, he's so good." Be more like Steven Seagal, like showing off in Russia. Like, no one actually takes me seriously. They're like, just appease him, he'll get out of here. I think we got Luke with
Me.
you. Okay.
He's about to smother me, I think.
On the
From
side.
half guard.
Oof. Oof.
Yeah.
Little forearm cross-facing action there. How did that takedown play out?
Sai.
Yeah. A little sloppy.
Joe in on a quick strangle on Emery. Back take. Goes in for the finish.
Killer short Joe Cooper. I like all the nuance of it. The part where you say I'm short. It's really really subtle humor there, bud. When are you gonna get your lanky ass back to class? Oh yeah, we have Chris and Carlos going over here. I forgot. I caught a little bit of that Like I spotted them wrestling. I was like, oh man, that's gonna be fun. So Chris in on a single leg up there. Good eye, Ben. I forgot that match happened. Chris still chasing it down. Cliff is on tour with Kiss right now. Sounds like an awesome friend.
There's the smother.
Oh, we got you.
Yeah.
Dude, that's the worst. It's when you know it, you're like, he's not even past my guard. Like,
I know.
Andrew sweeps me over. Then we kind of stalemate each other here for a second. All right, that's whatever, man. Do your schoolwork. It's more important. I'd rather you do good in school. Coming up on 30 seconds. You're trying to dig out. It looks like a bit of a straight ankle threat.
Yeah, this one. So you could ask, why am I not going for the legs? Because I couldn't get Luke broken down on a hip, and so I'm trying to get him. You know, like he's doing a really good job of getting his foot or keeping his right foot flat on the mat. And I finally go in for the leg attack. He does a really good job of pushing off, doing the rolling escape, and then he complains like I'm gonna tap to a straight ankle. God.
You have to sit at the DMV for 6.5 hours. Are you just guessing that's how long it's gonna take you? Because you're probably right. You may be underestimating.
Yeah, right.
Luke in on a guillotine.
Pulling in on the guillotine. This is me and Ben. Did a really good job here defending the leg attack.
It's good to get a proper roll in with Ben again. It had been a couple of months.
Yep.
Tried a different single leg entry that I just don't normally do, but I always like it when I see it. When I see good actual wrestlers do it. But it's off that bicep tie, lifting up and shooting the leg in, and still kind of a sweep single. Like I'm still sweeping around the outside. Might call it, I don't know if people get like very specific on it, but I guess I didn't even finish the single because Ethan comes down to the knees. I come up on basically a seatbelt grip, and I can break him down. But yeah, it's that open up and then level change and shoot on the leg. Baker over there body surfing around Jordan. Oh, that's how long it took. Okay. Yeah, sounds about right. What were you saying?
The big step over from Baker, like how he went from north-south into the mount.
Oh, dude, that's his move, man. I hate when he does that.
Yeah, he's pulling the legs. This is classic Luke, showing how to pull the far knee down. I don't know if he does that exactly, but he was playing with the knee, and then normally Luke likes to high step right over, but it was Joe and Steven really liked this one.
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah,
it's the fastest 180-degree turn.
Yeah.
been trying to keep that arm isolated. Problem with the wrist grip he's got is he really wants to reinforce that grip at the elbow, but he's using the hand that he would do that with at the wrist.
Mm-hmm.
So I like what he's doing here, trying to use that second arm as like a Nelson. That's tough. Yeah, I remember when you started doing it, Joe. I was like, what the hell was that? How'd you get there? Friggin' teleporting around me.
Yeah, and it's so tough because you can't see anything when you're in north-south and you've got your head facing in the opposite direction. So it makes total sense to do it this way.
Yeah, and you're not thinking about a mount. You're like,
no.
Like, he's nowhere near mounting me, so I don't need to like pull my knees up to block anything. Looks like Emre is on a straight ankle over there, or at least thinking about it.
Ben, I thought that straight arm was tight. I couldn't finish it. I have not been able to finish these straight arms on you lately.
Certainly looked
I
tight.
had good extension and everything.
Have to hook the back of the knee more. Whatever, man. It looked good.
Yeah.
Luke on a standing guillotine.
Second one.
Yeah,
I used it for a sweep this time.
Yeah, but even so, like, as Devin could work on the defense here. I think the big problem is like probably nobody except Luke is gonna hit standing guillotines on Devin, so he probably hasn't had many reps with this outside of like the occasional drill. But reaching over the shoulder, not over the arm, but over the shoulder, and trying to break Luke down in this direction would be a better approach, right? What's not a good idea is just down right in front, to where now Luke can do the most effective lower body connection for the guillotine, which is close guard, right? Or at least one of the it's very highly effective. Maybe I shouldn't say the most effective, but you can put a lot of power into that. So you want to get to a side, and in particular, you want your hips to the side opposite your head. So if Devin could get his hips on this side, it'd be a lot better. I think I hit a little Sasai on Ethan here. Put him right on his back. Almost. That was more on his side. Was tight. Don't know how I got out. He's either working on him or you just left your neck out there, bud.
Yeah, he has been working on him for a while. If you're extended, or if he can start snapping you down, he's going to go for him.
Yeah.
Ben, this was a really good pass from you. At simple, heavy pressure. You did a really good job of pummeling your legs and wore me down. That was a solid pass.
Oh, Dylan working his triangle. Okay, this is great, man. So I'm already posturing up, but Dylan looks like maybe switching to the armbar, triangular armbar. That's cool. So since you're both in chat, Dylan, I just want you to keep in mind, right? Like, wasn't that many months ago you were the new guy getting caught in all the subs, right? You stick around long enough, another new guy comes in, you kind of move up the seniority chain, right? You can start working your subs on the new guy. Emre, for you, there's going to be another new guy, and you're going to submit that new guy. And that's just like a nice little example of how early that can start happening, and you know, how you can really like hone those submissions, hone your offense, even as a white belt. So I just wanted to point that out. You stick around long enough, Emre, there will be a new guy for you to beat up to.
Mm-hmm.
Or just keep beating up Caleb, whatever you want. Jordan is still waiting. for his opportunity. As we watch Devin easily pass his guard. His little pink booty shorts. We got you and Austin.
Dude, Austin just ran around my guard. I was not expecting it at all. And
yeah. Really found the back, followed through.
Yeah.
There's that head connection.
Yeah, I had to cut an angle super fast, and I wrapped up his leg and got back into a half guard.
Got Joseph and I getting around. All right, Dylan and Emery again.
Ben and Luke.
Great job here. Look at that. Look at that spider hand walking. Like, this is awesome. So it gets a little bit of the hand motion, and then right here, that straightening and the and like shifting his body, right? Gets Jordan's elbow up above the head. Now he's got to worry about getting that lockdown taken care of. Maybe if you just learned proper grammar instead of relying on an AI to do it, you wouldn't have that problem because it wouldn't be on your phone, Cooper. This world's going to hell in a handbasket. Tell you what, Mike. Joe was doing a good job here getting me off balance as I almost had a guard pass. Kind of playing a bit of your game. Really trying to dig that leg out. But except he's doing it more, it's almost like what you do from a false reap. Joe was actually doing on an outside Ashi position, you know. So I wasn't terribly worried about it. Not in the same way as if it was an inside Ashi. Or a cross Ashi, rather.
Oh, you got you have a crucifix.
Kinda, yeah.
Started on him.
I don't think I get much with it. Joe shut down a lot of what I did. It wasn't like the last time we rolled.
He was playing mermaid guard there. It didn't work out as well.
No.
Luke really does own the mermaid guard now.
He does. He invented it.
He invented it.
He's the one who made up that term.
Yeah.
Luke smacked his foot this round.
He really did. That just happened.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that this happened. What are you smacking on?
On the wood.
Oh, no.
Right there. Yep. Yeah, I heard it, and I was like, that didn't sound good at all.
Oh, dude.
Me and Austin stopped.
Top of the foot. Oh.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Luke. AI keeps receipts, Cooper. So you better keep that in mind. When it becomes sentient, it's going to remember who bullied it.
I think I got a mounted guillotine on Austin here. Yep.
Nice.
I set it up. I was going to go for a north-south choke, and he denied it. And so I switched into a mount. So I threw my hand over like I was going to go into north-south here. And then he was denying me and turning into me like this. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to switch into... I kept the same grip. And then I was like, okay, I've actually got a guillotine here. And then I switch into that.
Joe and I go through a weird little scramble here at some point. Maybe it already happened. Oh, that's what it was. I tried to sit out. It's funny, ever since I went over the sit out in class, and you Like I went out to the head side, and you were like, try going out to the other side. I think I'm a believer now in the other side. But
Oh yeah.
this is not a great example because I don't get Joe as off bounds as I want. But there I go out, almost elbow him in the face, as is tradition. I mean, yeah, he keeps good control over my hip. Like you could tell his left arm is what's kind of like preventing me. Like I think his hands reconnect there, so I don't get to scramble out. But now it's over the back, trying to turn towards him.
Yep.
Just about get behind him. I think I end up losing this though. Like he denied me really well, like with just his posture.
Crossbody. Yeah.
He wasn't
you only have his right leg under control, right?
Right. So he hides his left arm essentially with the mat.
Yep.
And I had a really hard time like setting anything up. We got Jordan and Devin up to Jordan on the sweep.
And into the arm triangle.
Right into it, yeah. Don't you mean pour water on it, Cooper? You're not on the front line of the battle when AI comes alive. You gotta pour the water on it. You don't take the water away.
This was a really weird configuration that Austin got me in. So he had, I think it was, he had my leg in like his legs were in a De La Hiva configuration. His right leg was like over top of my left leg and then laced in front of my right leg. And I couldn't get out. And I basically either had to give him the sweep, or if I was able to shuck my arm over top of his head, I gave him my back. So I took the sweep instead. It gave me a really strange dilemma. And you can see me, I'm like just pondering, like, how can I get out of this and not end up in a bad situation?
Is he basically in a crossbody ride?
No, he's in De La Hiva with an arm, a shoulder crunch.
But like you've knee cut through, and you're stapling his leg, and he's got the De La Hiva hook.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird. I had not ever been in that situation before.
Yeah, that's strange. Can't recall ever seeing that.
Yeah.
Devin back on his arm isolating game right at the end. Unfortunate. That looked good. No, I haven't seen the ocean water cooling systems for it. But that's just what we need. Make the oceans hotter.
Yeah, so me and Austin are actually going over the leg configuration he had.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was half guard with basically like a long De La Hiva hook that connected to my other hip. And it was really strange. So it gets me in half guard.
There's a reason
Shoulder
you've never
crunch.
seen this.
Yeah.
It's because Austin's the only one capable of doing it.
100%.
Or Cooper, but Cooper doesn't train anymore.
Yeah, he's burying computers in the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, he's... My computer's too hot. I gotta throw it in the bath. Jordan, it's A1, not AL. I already made it. I made the joke first, Coop. Made it first. I claim it. Damn, I thought Devin was making his way around the guard. That's at least the second time you've used that shoulder crunch variation.
That's you, dude.
Oh, that's me. We're in the same rash guard.
Yeah. And you went the wrong way. You went the way that I go.
Yeah. Our legs are the same size, circumference-wise. That's why I confused us.
Yeah. I can't argue that.
Yours have gotten smaller since your foot broke.
They have. Definitely my right one. Just one atrophy.
Bit of an oopa from Devin. Get me off balance. Caleb going with Joe over there. Settling in, smothering a little bit. Joe staying safe with the forearms in. Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware, Cooper. You could just call her Linda McMahon. You don't have to use that title. You just say the wife of Vince McMahon. The disgraced former head of the World Wrestling Entertainment Company. Chasing down the back, I think, right? Yeah. A little over the jaw. Nothing to really write home about there. Caleb taking a sweet time. Controlling Joe here. He gets the arm up. Joe's able to take it down. I like seeing that slow, methodical approach to the arm isolation. I'm just going to point out this tripod sweep because I think you guys see me do a few different variations of these from time to time. This one, Devin kind of jumps it at just the right time. But normally you see some
lift.
Huh?
Yeah. Got some lift on that one.
Yeah, he helps me sell it. Normally you see a hook behind the ankle and a push at the hip. Right now, instead, I'm not hooking with my shoelaces, right, the top of my foot. I'm actually kind of doing a hamstring curl, pulling this foot away as I push with the hip. So you'll see. I realize I got the setup. I've got the ankle and the hip connection, but now I'm curling that foot away and taking it out instead of just hooking it with the top of my foot and trying to pull it or at least keep it still as I push the hips. So there's a lot of variations on tripod sweeps. That was one that I don't get to use as frequently. It was sweaty among other things. Allegedly. All right, injury bros. Joe and Ben.
Joe and Ben.
And I think I come storming across the mat.
Yeah.
And then you just basically let me pass your guard, which I was like, what the hell? All right.
Dude, I have no right foot. I can't really defend guard very well with no hook on my right foot.
Ben chasing it down, getting Joe on his back. I wish it meant that you couldn't defend rear naked strangles more, but alas, that's not the case.
And with my arms, I can defend.
Yeah,
my legs
exactly.
not so much.
Like all I've been doing is working on my arms. Yeah, I missed the scramble. Let's see it. So sitting up. Yeah, I mean, Joe, that was not the worst go behind, right? You kind of work to this almost an arm drag. You have the head in, but maybe you have an arm on the tricep. As you get that leg over, Ben just turns.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are kind of right back to where you started. Yeah, and he's able to.
Honestly, that would have been a good opportunity, Joe, for you to start working like an anaconda, or I don't know how your shoulder would hold up to like a Darce or the front headlock, but I can't imagine it would be terrible for your shoulder. Instead of hitting the go behind, I mean, like kind of give him a little bit to, to move his arm out of the way so that you could hit the go behind by threatening a front headlock or something. just as as an option. You worked your way around to the back.
The shittiest back take.
I was feeling, I was like, oh, I think I can fend this off, like just by trying not to let you secure the back. But you recovered it really well.
It took a lot of energy because like I
yeah.
sent this a little too early. Like I'm falling to my back. I don't even chair sit. I don't fall to my left like I yell at all of our students to do. And you plant your feet, which
Yep.
you only have one good one, but here they're both working. Lying ass bastard. driving out over my leg. So now I'm really I have to utilize this like long hook across the hip, and then you know exactly what I'm doing. I'm looking for that claw grip across either the face or the head of the face.
Yeah.
So you're trying to shut that down as I'm trying to set it up.
Yeah.
And I'm just digging in with everything I can with my heels to not let your hips get free.
That was really good. Yeah. That was really good. You get your head out. Like that was one thing that I noticed about that one is, can you go back to how you poked your head out? So here you were trying very hard to like get underneath me the whole time, and then here you're like, screw it, I'm just gonna get like you needed to get a little bit more length on there to grab around my neck, because you were like trapping yourself. And so here you poke your head out, you have the length now, you grab my head and then rake it all the way over, and now you've secured it.
Yep. Did with quick transition to mount. Settling in, looking for that elbow above the shoulder line. On Joe's good shoulder. Yeah. So no excuses from Joe. We got Andrew and Jordan over there too. Sneaking their way towards the center. So mad at you, dude. I just felt this all falling apart.
All I wanted to do, like, success to me is like what you do to me, which is just sit up. And it's like all of a sudden everything's gone. I was like, that's all I really want to do is just sit up and make you feel like the world's falling apart.
Oh, it worked. You succeeded. And Joe's starting to get out of here with a little bit of a kipping escape. It's that top knee shield in. Andrew, meanwhile, working to mount. You know what sucks about getting bin in some of these spots is like you think like he'll keep his head in an arm low and you're like, boom, triangle all day. You're done, bro. You throw the triangle up and it's impossible. It's next to impossible to triangle bin, and then he turns it into a pass.
Yep.
Now settling in. I know Sophie said she watched. I don't know if Sophie, if you're on, but we talked briefly yesterday about those leg configurations for arm bars. You can see me switch into one with Mike here, coming off of the back. I'm currently in a what you would call a 100% arm bar, Jujikatami, whatever, like the traditional style, one leg over the body, one leg over the neck. But you can see this body side leg trying to transition into that 3/4 position right to there. Now I feel confident that I can ignore Mike's rolling escapes. I can, if I'm digging my heels in, I have a bit more confidence. If I don't have the elbow deep hook on the arm where I'm holding his arm and I feel like I have to keep that, I can actually take both hands and try to like manipulate grips, break grips, whatever, especially with Maikos' figure 4 defensive position with his arms. That's the benefit, one of the main benefits of that leg position in the armbar. Trust there's a triangle there. Yes. Obi-Wan Kenobi Cooper. I mean, there is, dude. I'm not equipped to triangle bin as well as you may be, or Austin. Let's see if Austin can triangle bin.
That was a nice scissor sweep again from Bin. The second one that we've seen from him that I've caught.
It kind of makes sense to me that would be a good sweep for him. I mean,
yeah,
if he wants to chop your legs out with his legs,
it's probably gonna happen.
He's gonna win that battle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe Emre gets his hyoid bone broken here. Absolute throat smashing from Caleb. Ethan looking like a savage. What in the hell is going on here? What in the hell is going on? Joe rolling through. Ethan finding the neck. Joe's like, uh-oh.
Bin, is scissor sweep, I mean, when you train the gi, was that like a go-to sweep for you? I don't recall you really trying to set that up on me very much. I don't know if you're still in the chat.
I mean, you may not give him the opportunity. You might not play a game that kind of like
maybe
lends itself towards it.
Yeah. I know Caleb, he really likes the scissor sweep. And when we trained in the gi, that was a very dangerous one from him.
Favorite sweep?
It is your favorite sweep. Nice. Okay. I would continue that. If you're not already, I'd continue to look for it with no gi because it's seeming to work well.
Yeah. I don't know. Jordan, checker IMDb. Caleb demonstrating the Kimura trap very well. Basically exactly how we did it in drilling. Emre hides the arm. So we've been doing it from open guard, but Caleb's working from a half guard. But you can see here, he'll get that bottom leg free. As soon as it's out, big sweep around. Gets behind Emre, sets up the back. That was very smooth. Very nice example. You guys don't pressure into me as much. Yeah, just right past your guard. That's exactly what I was saying to Mike. Like I feel like we're not just leaning over him, especially when he has an advantageous grip on our hands, you know. Too many old people references. Just ask ChatGPT what we're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Double from Caleb. You are an old person now. You just spent 6.5 hours at the DMV, bro.
Yeah.
You're officially not a child anymore, which is why I submit you all the time. Remember, when you were 14, I wouldn't submit you. Now I just beat that ass. Or you can ask Jeeves, Cooper.
Ask Jeeves.
Or Alta Vista. You could go on Alta Vista.
On your Netscape navigator.
Yeah, man. I actually didn't see Emery's throat get crushed. But oh yeah, no, we did. We were sitting there talking.
Yeah.
It was from a Von Caleb strangle. So Emery, if you're still watching, are you watching? I don't know. You maybe learned this lesson already, but when you have a guillotine, when you're holding a guillotine and you end up on your back or your butt, if they get cross-side on you, you don't want to hold it anymore, because this is what happens. It's called a Von Flue choke. And all it is your shoulder strangles on one side, their shoulder or bicep strangles on the other side. That can't happen if you're not holding onto their head. So, and then when Caleb does it, it just crushes your entire trachea.
Windows 64?
That doesn't exist, Cooper.
No, Windows 95, Windows XP.
Nintendo 64.
Yeah, Nintendo 64.
I really hope that was he thought
Yes.
he was being like he thought that was a thing.
98.
Windows
yeah.
98 was a thing. Dude, I
Yeah.
had Windows 3.1. The OG.
Yeah. What about Windows Vista? Nobody
Vista
remembers that
sucked,
one.
dude.
Yeah.
Vista was god awful. What was the Windows we're going to pause the stream to talk about old operating systems. XP. XP was GOAT, dude.
XP. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the best one, yeah.
That was really sad when it went away because that was the last great operating system.
RIP. Windows XP.
RIP.
Pour one out.
Back in 32-bit days.
Hell yeah. Sophie finishing strong on the back. Let's look at this before we get too far. Oh yeah, she's got a great transition from here. She likes the Katagatame. She's getting very good with the setup, but she addresses the defense really well with the back transition. So there she switches her legs correctly. I was over here watching, but she starts to feel like she can't get it. She doesn't loosen up an inch on this grip here.
Yep.
Sits Jordan up and then hits the chair sit to get behind him. Very nicely controlled the whole time. Really solid transition. So I really like that because that is a mount strategy. Like, get to mount, isolate the arm, get the Katagatame, transition to the back. And that whole time you've got a powerful mount position, a powerful submission attempt, and then a powerful transition to the most dominant position, right? Being on the back. So it's just this really solid thread that she's working there. So here, Ben denies me the back, and I'm trying to do the back take. I like when people do that. Like when I can't get my legs in, but I have that up body grip where I stand up behind them, and I try to get my legs over. Ben still denies me the position. I was kind of pissed. Like, get your friggin' arms out of the way, man. What's your problem? Yeah, I don't remember what came after. Oh, Vista. After Vista, it was Windows 7, I think.
Windows 7.
Which was also
is the one
trash.
after. And then 10, and now 11.
Nerd shit.
Oh, they had an 8, actually.
They did, yeah.
For a really short time.
Been taking a page out of my book on the back take there.
Yeah.
Kicking the legs up, not letting me, like basically pulling the knees to the chest. There's no way I'm getting legs in. And he just kind of slides off the side. That's what I like to do. It's actually copywritten, and I'm going to sue you for doing that. It's called Merman Guard. Andrew looking for outside Ashi here.
Yep.
He's got it set up, but you're planting your foot. You're going to make it really difficult for him to get that heel exposure.
Yeah, I really wanted to stand up. I think I wind up. Yeah, I didn't stand up on this one. I couldn't get my right foot to cooperate.
If I
I
could,
still just can't pop up on it.
if I could plant my foot here, I'd be able to take the back, but not able to. Luke back to training after smashing his foot. Getting back at it with Joe.
Nice deep half sweep.
Ben slapped the shit out of my face there. He hit me so hard in the face. It was comical. I think Austin saw it.
Don't armbar me.
It was just it was a very well-timed turning escape. Let's look at it in regular speed. I mean, like, yeah, you still can't even see it happen, but it's just, I ate his hand right to the face. Right there. Like, there's not even a frame that captures it, but there's like 3 frames that capture my reaction. I didn't want you to know. Like, since you didn't say, oh, sorry, I knew that you didn't realize it, and I didn't want you to stop. So it honestly didn't even hurt. It was like your fingertips just went like smack right on my face. But it was hilarious to me just how fast it happened. Like, it was too fast for me to even react to as it was coming at me. Just always do that. Just get out of those arm bars. I don't care if you hit me in the face.
Andrew, again on the leg here.
You know what Andrew's gotten excellent at with these leg attacks is the off balancing aspect of it. Like this is not a great example, like because you're gonna do everything you can to stay standing, but like I think he does a lot. Hell, even right there, like the heel exposure was decent, but he does a lot to disrupt the base. You know, it's gotten really effective.
No, when he went in on the leg, it was, I felt it. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like
so
you're
sitting up,
hopping around, you know.
Oh yeah.
And there he slips the heel a little bit, but he doesn't have your toes in the armpit.
Yep.
Here I foolishly try to triangle bin. I'm not even on a good angle. Just gets his posture back. I think he cuts around the side on this. Yep.
That was well timed. He went.
He's just a tank. And like every bit of that, as he passed, like he didn't give up any backwards movement, you know. So this whole time you were pretending to not know about. I think you got all the flavor off of it before I got to it. There he goes for it again.
Yep.
And again, Sophie, the leg configurations here. This one's a little different. So I'm not in the 3/4 armbar here, right? I'm in this what I hear like Gordon Ryan refer to as like the shoulder senkaku or shoulder triangle armbar position, where I've got that torso body side leg still over the neck, but I have this leg cutting across, so I'm in more of a figure 4. This is an open variation of it. There's I think they call it open and closed. A closed variation would be if this leg was on Bin's right side, but you know, this leg is still acting with cross-face pressure. This leg is acting with a little bit more of a wedge to make it harder for him to slip it out on that turn like he did the first time when he tried to make me eat his fingers like Jordan is obsessed with. So this is just another, like the point of all that is these leg configurations in arm bars have kind of particular utility depending on how your opponent may react, you know, their tendencies for escapes, all that stuff. And sometimes it's just plain dumb luck that I get into those positions. Try to go for an ankle pick on Sophie. She denies, returns the single, chase it down to a double, I think. And then right onto the back. Yeah, and I think it was the leg across your head that helps shut down that crossface, but like it's not as controlling as the 3/4 leg configuration. Still worked. And I don't know, that's the thing to keep in mind with you, man. Like if I go to armbar you, I may need to wedge your shoulder with a different leg configuration that I wouldn't necessarily use with other people. And that's why we watch footage. Sophie now to the omoplata, but I roll through. Andrew looking to escape Luke's mount over here above your head. But Luke settles into a heavy top half guard.
He's trying to isolate that left arm so that he can pass the half guard. Switching straight into the smother and gets it, same as me. Same trap I fell into.
I'm gonna hide you real quick. Oh yeah. Yeah, off that quick switch from the wrist grip, where he's like just like distracting you with the extended arm. He likes to do that from mount as well. I mean, it works. It works from both positions. That's how he'll often catch me.
I was really trying to isolate an arm here on Jordan, and he would beat me every time.
Every day's arm day for
really
Jordan.
Good job, dude. I could tell.
So I get Sophie in a Russian here. So Russian tie, and then with this position, I did this to kind of remind her of this move. She and I had talked about it a couple weeks ago. But a fun roll through. It's basically Kimura pressure on a roll through with that Russian tie. So you can see I'm holding the shoulder, loading her up over the body, and I'm forcing that hand in this direction, like to encourage the roll. Little not as much obvious Kimura pressure there because I don't want to crank on a Kimura on a quick takedown, but that's the idea behind that. Very, very similar pressure on that takedown.
See you, Ben. Have a good one.
See you, Ben. Take it easy, buddy.
Andrew looking for a triangle here, but Luke's doing a good job of staying over top of that leg, the bottom leg, so he can't have like a reinforcement on that triangle.
I was just thinking.
Pretty much.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
He's setting up an over/under style pass here, and then Andrew's doing a good job of fending that off.
Yeah,
he did a good job of fending it off.
I was thinking yesterday about how I think if you look at Andrew, you wouldn't necessarily think triangles would be his strong suit.
Oh yeah.
But he has slept a brown belt and a black belt with him. You know,
Yeah.
and he's you know, definitely come close to putting me out for sure, because like I think his squeeze is just so damn good that like it's not gonna take that 5 or 6 seconds. It's gonna take like 3 or 4 seconds, and then you're like, where am I?
I can attest it is tight.
Yeah, it's like a good sneaky strong submission for him. So Luke was right to not get caught in that. Sophie with a great move here out of this turtle position. So she fights to the underhook. Or no, not even the underhook. Like
Kind of like an arm drag.
Yeah. Here she has an underhook because I put my arm back. But pressure in towards me, and then quick sit through.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah. It's funny. She was saying yesterday, like she's gonna miss some of the half guard stuff coming up, and I was like, I or Luke or Mike or Bertram, like we'll teach you all the stuff you want to know, but
Yeah.
that move alone is one of those moves that'll come out of that half guard position, as well as like so many others. So I have a feeling it'll already blend well with her game, a wrestler's game, you know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last round, you and Joe.
Yeah, Joe was tentative, didn't want to get caught in my guard. So just trying to figure out how to approach
See you,
getting
Jordan.
around the legs here. See you, Jordan. Felt like I was in pretty good shape now because I had him in half guard. It was starting to try to pummel, but man, Joe was doing a really good job. This is a good example of not giving me the opportunity with an underhook. And anytime that he felt like I was threatening with the underhook, he backed out, which I appreciate. It sucks because it can be frustrating for me to try to, to establish a good position and whatnot. But, here I give up the underhook. I try not to fight for it so that I can keep him in the guard for a longer period. He still wasn't feeling comfortable, so he backed out. I normally, it's kind of just to call out, like I normally track with my right leg, so I'm playing left leg forward, so it's completely on the wrong side of my body, and it causes me to get flanked. And he was doing a really good job. If you're not comfortable with your lead leg, flanking is the problem you're going to run into, right? You just are not used to falling to the right hip in order to do that regard or high step over top. So he was doing a good job of kind of like finding that chink in the armor there and exploiting it.
Yeah, and that, since it's open guard, right? This would be a good thing to point out and talk about. Let me see if I can find a good frame. But your lead leg is going to be your left leg, right?
Yep.
So it would be good for Joe. Like, again, let's put this in the context of a competition or something. You find out your opponent's foot is hurt. Maybe you popped it on a toe hold, but they didn't tap or something like that. But all of a sudden they're kind of, hiding that foot a bit. Well, if they're only going to put their left leg forward, it's a good idea for you in this standing versus seated position to play with your right leg forward, which a lot of people probably favor already. So if you could kind of sense that weakness, or maybe you switch your footing a couple times and they're not switching theirs, well, you just pick the same side leg as them. And remember, when I say same side, I don't mean left, I mean mirror same size, that left and right. What's up, Perp Daddy?
Whoa.
How you doing, bud? Oh, you're in a different time zone, aren't you? You're on
West Coast time.
So now Joe could play a really solid passing game if he's right leg forward against Mike's left leg being forward. You at Fat Camp? Like how's Fat Camp going, buddy?
Dude, do you remember the movie Heavyweights?
Hell yeah, I remember Heavyweights.
Oh my god, that is such a good movie.
Love that movie.
Yeah.
The Blob? That was like where I first ever knew The Blob existed, man.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to do one ever since.
I hit a pretty fun, unintentional sweep there, or takedown. I don't know what the hell it is. I just wound up catching him mid. I was trying to jump in and catch him with my left leg there. And I wound up just kicking his shin straight out. Mid jump, kind of like you did with Devin.
Yeah. It looks like he's leaning forward quite a bit too. So like he can't put his right leg down and he tries to hop that left leg back. He's just Superman's.
Coop, you have to watch it. It's so good. Ben Stiller is the coach at a Fat Camp. It's so good.
Yeah, he was like an amazing villain in that movie.
He did.
Cooper would be Ben Stiller in that movie. That's like Cooper won't like that movie because he'll identify with Ben Stiller's character. This chat has gone off the rails. Whoop, we lost Mike. Where are you at? There you go.
Oh.
All right, Coop, you got homework to do, right? I want you to go research old versions of Windows. Go watch Heavyweights. go back to the DMV. James, thank you. Our silent, but always ever present partner, James.
Yeah.
Cole, we're done.
Done.
Thank you for joining. Thank you for bumping up our viewership numbers right at the last moment. And thank you everybody for watching. If you're lurking, hit the follow button. If you're liking, hit the subscribe button. Use your Twitch Prime. Thank you, Baker.
Tip at coffee.com.
Yeah, coffee.com /
legit Twitch stream.
Yeah, give us a tip if you like what we're doing. What else? May 10th coming up, man. We're getting really close to Naga, so if you guys want to compete, you should already be practicing really hard. But as always, start thinking about if you can make it. If you're not going to compete, then maybe go out, show some support to your teammates who you've been training with. It's always appreciated seeing the squad from in the middle of the ring, seeing all your homies on the sidelines. So what else? We got open guard for the remainder of this week, and then on to half guard.
Yep.
I think you're teaching next Monday, right? You're covering for Luke? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? You got anything, man?
I don't think so.
All right.
No.
Well, look how real
It's good to be back.
It's good to have you back, man. Everybody always asks about you. I'm like, God, I'm here. Chop liver, dude. All right, guys. Y'all go trim your nails, do your laundry. Don't be stinky. We'll see you back on the mats. Take it easy.
Later.